leather gloves, we're slapping in hams. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball,
Not interesting to the audience.
play ball.
Butch is watching.
Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Stage Live.
Take off the hat.
Here at Strong Island Studio, at Strong Island TV, Paradise Studios in beautiful Massapequa, New York. Laughter Stage Live is on every Tuesday night. Please share the show if you're on there right now. In fact, I'll share it, right?
We did.
Share the show if you're listening. We have a good show for you tonight. We have on Ed Fulford. Am I pronouncing that right, Ed? Ed Fulford. He is going to talk a little bit about the show we're doing tomorrow night. We're one of the foundations, the charities we're raising money for, is the FDNY Family Transport. They're a wonderful organization. We're going to talk a little bit about it with Ed. He was a New York City fireman for a number of years. I should have the amount, but Ed looks old. It looks like he was a long time.
Now he's a volunteer
A
firefighter.
long time, Ed.
Don't forget the volunteer firefighters.
I won't. Thank you for reminding me.
Why are you picking on the guy? He came all the way out here to come and sit on the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm already picking
He
on
happens
Ed.
to be a nice guy. Much
Yeah,
nicer
he's a
than
nice
you,
Very
right?
nice guy. Just because he liked your stand-up comedy,
Listen,
all of a
that-
sudden now he's,
Whoa.
oh, he went to one of my shows. He thinks
First
I'm
of
funny.
all, the guy was a gentleman since I walked in the door. He made me feel comfortable before he even seen my act.
I didn't make you feel comfortable.
The guy was a gentleman.
Did he
All
ask
right,
you-
He
all
offered
right.
me food. He offered me a drink.
Oh.
Made me feel like I was
Did he
home.
ask you the question that all firemen ask at the show?
What?
You're one of the comics? Tell me something funny.
We also have
No, he
Jimmy.
didn't do that.
Oh,
Jimmy
that's good.
Dolan
So he's a
calling.
good guy. He's a good guy.
We have Jimmy Dolan calling in. We spoke a little bit about him last week. I actually had a little fun with him. Jimmy Dolan was the captain of the, am I going to pronounce it wrong again? Mammoth
Mammoth County. It's a big county.
Mammoth County.
what a
EMS.
tool.
Monmouth, not Mammoth.
Monmouth.
Mammoth County.
Mammoth.
It's a big
EMS.
county.
Obviously, you never
Yeah.
bet
Mammoth.
horses.
We almost ran out of gas
They said
driving
no
back
Mammoth.
because
That's
it's
right.
that big of a county.
20, I think he's 25 years old. What a wonderful speaker this kid was. Captain, they're very lucky to have him. And he's going to talk about his history and why he got into EMS. And that's pretty much what our core is here, what we do. Laughter saves lives. Firemen, cops, volleys paid, doesn't matter.
Volunteer firefighters.
Chefs.
Right.
You said that already. You said
Yes.
Because
Chef-
John
oh.
was a volunteer at one point.
And Frank.
And, and Frank. And
Not
you know what?
everybody's a city firefighter.
No.
Some people do the work in the suburbs.
And we only have volunteers out here.
70% of the country is volunteer.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to talk a little
Fire's
bit
not
about...
any cooler because you're a volunteer.
This is the only
No,
thing I'm volunteering for this show.
No. So we're going to talk a little bit about that with him. We're going to go through our week a little bit. I've been to I think 8 doctors this week and feel like
Why?
crap. I turned 60 and all of a sudden I need a colonoscopy, endoscopy. I got tingling in my arm. I feel I'm a mess. Is it
Stop
psychological?
being a sissy. Let's
Yeah,
just
I'm not
get on with the
sissy.
show.
Well, colonoscopy you have to do at 60, right?
I've had 3
I had
colonoscopies
mine done
already.
at 40 because we have a
Family history. I
I
have
did
had
mine
3.
at 52.
But otherwise, every couple of years you're supposed to do it starting at a certain age.
Yeah.
I got to
I
go
have-
back at 5, so 50.
Yeah, every 5
50
years for me.
Yeah.
My doctor told me he was going to give me a digital prostate exam, and I'm
Yes.
like, oh, thank God it's electronic. I thought you were going to shove your
Stuck a
finger up my
Fitbit
ass.
there, right?
Yeah.
No, he did. This is a digital.
And that's why you changed doctors?
He was not a.
Yeah.
He was a doctor of science.
Like Frank, he came in. I said, "Here's your watch."
So we're going to do that. We're going to talk
That
about
was probably disgusting for the audience.
That might have been.
That might have been.
Might have been.
Might have been over that line.
Yeah. So we behind the glass tonight we have Ryan behind the glass, like I'm talking like sports radio. We have Ryan as our producer. So if you hear us mention Ryan's name, he's back there producing. Patty G.
Patty G. on the
Patty G is
phones.
back there answering the phones and helping us out tonight.
I
So
hope
we
he's
thank
better
the
than
both of
his
them.
segments, you know?
What's up?
I hope he does better than his
He's
segments.
Yes.
working hard back
He's
there.
working
We got to
hard
give him
back
some
there.
credit.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
He's a good kid.
He is a good guy. I like Pat.
So Patty M, we're
Yeah.
going to Florida in a few weeks.
Yes, we are.
You excited?
I'm excited.
We're going down and do some
You
shows.
better remind him. Tell me to flight
What?
We're going next week.
next week.
We're going
Next week.
2 weeks. Now we got to go next
You
week.
told me you wanted me to run the show on the 29th because you were going to be away.
Yeah, he's going to Ohio.
Ohio. We're going to Ohio.
Oh, and then you go to
Ohio.
Florida.
Yeah, I mean,
Ohio.
you know what? You're right, Frank. I'm not as excited. Maybe I should be because
You
we're going
shouldn't
to
be announcing. The paparazzi is going to be at the airport if you keep telling everybody when
Yeah,
you
you
travel.
sure they are. We're doing we're doing the military base, the Air Force base.
Yes, right, Patterson Air Force Base.
We're going on an
I've-
F-16.
I've always wanted to go, and I've flown the F-16 many times, but I'm not going.
Wait a second. You flew an F-16? Like actually flew it?
Yes,
in it.
professional simulations, yes.
Oh, not in the real plane, but a simulator.
Correct.
Still.
Yeah, it was at Adventureland when he was 5.
No, it wasn't an adventure. These are the real simulators.
In front of Stop and Shop, he put the
These
quarter
are
in the thing.
real Sims.
Right. And I used to race horses.
Mommy, put another quarter in.
The cornering speed of an F-16 is 230 knots.
How many miles per hour is that?
A lot.
How many miles per hour
About
is it not?
270.
Is it not?
1.15 miles an hour.
No.
Anything else you want to know?
No. How many? No, not 1.5 miles per hour.
1.15 miles to a knot. So a knot is, if it's 100 knots, it's 115 miles an hour.
All right. All right. Well, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, I made it even numbers.
That's pretty
How
fast.
do you do it in garlic nuts?
Right.
In garlic knots, it's 1 knot equals 1 knot.
Frank, what's
Sir.
going on?
About 3 points
What's
on
too
Weight
much?
Watch.
Talk
Not
to
too
us.
much. No, my week has been. I had 2 auditions this week. They were video auditions. I haven't heard back, so we'll see what happens.
Why
Good
not?
luck.
I don't know.
You
gotta
got to keep
call
throwing
them.
them in.
Listen, you got to keep throwing them out. there.
I respect your dedication.
What were they for? What were they for?
Yeah, what were they for?
One
Tell
was
us.
for a.
Colonoscopy.
No, they're both for independent films. Yeah, my colonoscopy. I got that
You
part.
got that part?
No, but
Independent
what
means
type
low
of-
budget
what type of
outside of a
roles?
studio.
One was to play a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and the other.
A forgetful person? Because that
no,
you'll get.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a forgetful teacher. It was a gym coach. Supposed to be like the wise old gym coach. I don't know why it was a gym coach, but
Old.
that's
I like
okay.
the old
They
part.
definitely fit the old, and the wise would be.
Now you shouldn't listen to people that say, "Oh, it's independent, it's outside of a studio."
Oh, no, I don't.
Don't listen to them because Hell's Angels, Howard Hughes was outside of a
Listen,
studio,
there's
did
nothing
very
wrong
well.
with independent films.
No.
Nothing.
I'm just
That was the
saying
only
this-
independent film that did well, and it
then,
was 100 years ago.
Kirk
but-
Douglas was a soda jerk.
That's right.
That's right.
And then the other movie that I did, the Family Obligations, that should be coming out in June.
You
Yeah,
in
that
the
looked
theater.
good. Looks
Yeah.
good. You did. I seen some of your stuff in the trailer. You look
Thank you.
good. You look
Thank
good.
Good
yeah.
job.
And I can't remember what the other one was. The other audition was for, but that's
You
it.
can't
Well, Steve
remember.
Oliva's not here tonight because he's
That's a
doing
loss.
an audition.
He has an audition as
What's
well.
his audition
a
for?
video, a video audition that he
Right.
could have done at any time.
Right, where you
but he-
videotape them and you send them in.
but he decided to do it during the show. So I
Well,
said,
you know what?
Maybe
Listen,
he's sending us
listen.
some
Tomorrow
message.
he's got a big night.
You got a big
Gotta-
night
no, he's got a big
Huge
night
night
at Gotham.
tomorrow.
So let the guy concentrate. He's a hardworking actor. He was
very-
on Rescue Me.
That's
He
right.
knows what he's doing.
You're
Are
very
you
defensive
are you
tonight.
on rescue?
Very
Well, he's in the
defensive.
seat.
Isn't he? Very
He's in the
defensive.
He's
seat.
in the hostile.
Is that the hostile?
We're not gonna have the hot seat anymore. We're
I
gonna
got to
have the
stick up for
hostile seat.
Steve, and he's not here. You know.
Oh yeah, but when he's well, all
Well,
right.
we break each other's balls.
Yeah, but when a person's
we
defenseless.
do it all week on the phone.
I know.
Oh my God!
Oh
Yeah,
my God! If I can read their threads,
thank God I have unlimited text messages because that's all I get is
I have
text.
to silence it because you guys go till like
Don't
3, 4
point to
o'clock
me.
in the morning.
Don't
I
point to me.
silenced
Start
it
at
4
6 in the
weeks
morning.
ago.
It's me
So
and Steve.
when I get up in the morning, I just jump in where I
Not
can.
sending
I got about 800 texts when I wake up.
if you
I go
could
through.
find one thread that you could actually read on the air from their thread, because it's very funny what you guys, very
You know
funny.
what?
Yeah, but it's
It's not dirty that you can't read it. No one would understand.
but
You
it
gotta
just
be
goes
quiet
on
and read.
forever.
I guess.
I had to mute it. It was going all full hours of the
That's why
night.
mine's muted. I
Patty,
get 'em-
Patty Marone.
How you
Patty
doing?
Marone's here. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
What's going on with you? Anything exciting and interesting?
Just working.
Any interesting stories from the assistant care facility that you can
Anything.
share?
We have
Yeah,
to.
we had the St. Patty's Day parade there Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah, it was fun. The residents were out there. It was freezing their asses off.
Did you dress up?
I'll tell you an interesting story. This is an interesting story. I don't know if it's interesting to you, but you know, you guys know I bought a truck, the Grand Cherry. I bought a
Yes.
new truck.
Congratulations.
So it's
Oh,
not even, thank
congratulations.
you. But that's not the reason I want to say thank you.
Must
But
make a lot of money.
I had the car parked across the street,
Right.
so people, it was in front of a hedge. You know, they got the hedge there.
Right.
So I go back to get my sunglasses. I go across the street from the Regents to get my sunglasses, and there's people sitting on the car, on the truck. So I beep the horn to get in there, and they look at me like I'm bothering them.
Right. Right.
So I'm trying to be nice. 'Cause
Right.
I said, so, oh no, we'll be all right. I said, okay. I leave. I come back to check up. I said, I don't know. I see all these people come around. They got their
Cups.
drinks on the thing. I said,
On your
I
new
said,
car?
I said, this is not a shit box. I said, I you know.
And it's not theirs, it's yours.
But here's the kicker. He turned around and said, all right. He goes, oh, we're not doing nothing. There was nothing in the drink. I said, but it doesn't make a difference. It's not a table. He says, you know, there's a spot over there open. I look at him. I said, really? And I moved the car. I put it over there.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
would
didn't
have
want to
gone.
argue with the people.
Nah,
but
No,
they
no.
were in the
Yeah.
parade. But you believe the nerve on people?
Of course I
That's
do.
when you go in the back. I always keep a baseball bat in the back, and you come out, and that solves all grievances.
Listen, years ago I would have did it.
It's not
Believe
worth
me,
it.
I
It's
would
not
have
worth
done it. But it's
Well,
not
you gotta break their phones too. You gotta go all
Well, I
in.
mean, the ignorance of people.
So they don't
See
record
the
you.
anger coming at you again?
They're
That pisses me off.
It pisses me off too.
Let me ask you a question. Now that I got the stage right now.
Yeah.
What happened with our commercial for MCM?
Good question. MCM Duct Cleaning. Please, if you need your ducts cleaned, call them. My son was very busy he took his wife away for their 5th anniversary.
Oh, they
His
went away,
MCM
right.
Duct is Maddie.
Oh, it's 5 years, they're still in love.
And he also was working on those shoots that you were in.
Yeah, when are they coming out?
The
Well,
delivery's awesome.
I saw some of the outtakes. Funny stuff. He's gonna come out with the outtakes first. So what? What happened? 2 weeks.
The other night we did a show together, and he just
so-
he just says these things,
Oh.
and he just like with a
The
straight
comedian on the
face.
stage was talking about dirty soap, and I just looked at Johnny and went, he goes, oh, you know, the soap in the tray, and it's dirty, and I go, but it's soap.
But he says it just like that.
It's just,
It's
you had to
just-
be there.
You had to be there. It's just brilliant. And
Sort of
then-
like my comedy shows, you have to be there.
have to
And
be
even
there.
then- And even then,
I tell you what, since we talked about MCM, let's throw them up on the screen
Why
there.
not?
Established in 2003, MCM Duct Cleaning, LLC, is an end result of many years of research, continuing education, and determination by Matt. With a background in HVAC, or as you say,
Havac.
HVAC systems, HVAC systems,
Havac. We
And-
invented Havac.
and working for an HVAC company for over 13 years, Matthew Nichols realized the need to provide better, cleaner, and safer environment, not only for his own family, but families in his own community. MCM is now expanded to both Suffolk and Nassau, provides service for both residential and commercial properties. Their goal is to be the #1 source of HVAC cleaning and provide high-quality service, not only the first time, but every time. 631-885-5736. That's 631-885-5736. Call Matty at MCN. He's a great guy, great with the Green Lawn Fire Department, a big supporter of Laughter Saves Lives, really involved with his community.
nice guy, good
And
guy.
he came to my 60th
Yes,
birthday
he did.
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
So-
man, good man.
Good man.
While we're on the baseball bat thing, can I just talk about the softball
I
team real
don't
quick?
think we were on the baseball bat
Right,
thing
right,
anymore,
we
but
kinda-
yes.
So
I mean, where are we stand? How many players we got?
right now I've got about 10.
10 players.
I've got 7 comics, 3 normal people that want to play.
No, just regular people.
Regular normal people.
Regular normal people.
Now, so I
Fine,
think,
normal.
like not a comedian,
Like us.
like civilians, not comedians.
Like us.
civilians.
So, so Sunday's looking like it's going to be a nice day. It's gonna
Okay.
be sunny and warm.
Now I recommend a late, because Sunday morning everybody's down the park.
Yep.
You agree with me?
So what do you recommend as a start
I
time?
would say 5 o'clock.
5
In the
Yeah.
morning? In the morning?
on
No.
a Sunday.
Yes.
That's
Here's my
Italian
only
dinner
question.
time.
Yes,
Well,
well, 2 o'clock is, but
I would say about 2 o'clock.
Here's
You
my
mean
only-
you're going to play softball after eating a dish of macaroni?
middle of the day. I don't think the middle of the
but
day is
here's my other
good.
question. You know, a lot of these fields are done by permit
Yes.
through the leagues.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So is this a league or is this going to be
No,
pickup?
my
This is going to be
experience.
pick up for now. We
Yeah.
just want to
And
see
you're
how
gonna
it
have nowhere to
goes.
play.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
well, we're gonna,
I thought
if,
you
if
joined
enough
the
of us
league.
show up, we'll
I
get
thought
the
you joined
field.
the league.
Hold on 1 second. My
They're
experience.
giving out to the leagues with the
Yes,
permit.
but listen to me.
Okay.
You're not listening to me.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Again,
tell me.
again.
It's my bed here.
We're going to play wiffle ball. And
Can
jump
I
back
can
up.
I finish this? Thing?
No, let him finish. This is
My
important.
experience is that Sunday at 5 there are open fields. In
Yes.
the morning, everybody's down there. They want to
Correct.
practice, they want to play games, and they're done. So we've played the last few times Sunday evening, if you remember.
Maybe we should do like 4
Yeah.
o'clock because that's 5 is kind of late.
And you're just coaching. You're not playing, right?
No, I'm second base. What the hell am I playing?
Come on.
I
It's like
work,
Joe
I work
Torre.
until 6.
What kind of team you think I'm putting together? This is the.
Joe Torre, player coach.
You know what we'll do? You play second, and we'll have somebody else play right next to you. So that
No, I don't. I don't
to
need
catch
any-
the balls.
Excuse me, I don't need anybody playing.
We'll play like 2
I'll be.
guys,
I'll be fine.
one on each side.
I played second base a
We'll
long
play the
time.
shift.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
All right.
Anyway, so
All
we're
right.
gonna play pickup. So it's important to know that we play with the clincher, which
It's a softball.
is a softer softball, And but nobody's insured by Laughter Saves Lives. I think we should mention that. It's all on your own.
So they automatic?
It's not an
Are we playing
endorsed event.
automatic, so we don't have to...
Yes, everything is
So
automatic.
I got 2 pitches.
Wait. Just the rules. If you swing and miss, automatically hit it. We throw the ball for you.
What the hell? No.
Right.
it out there.
Go to
Ain't
run,
no-
you don't
ain't no
run.
Why don't we just
Catcher.
play stick ball?
We're bringing 13-year-olds
Ain't
to
no
run.
catcher.
We're bringing-
Anyway, so
Yes.
we got 2 pitches. We got John Butera
Oh, okay.
in the number 1 spot, and then Jenny Finch, number 2.
Jenny Finch.
So
Oh, shit.
We'll
Get
take
rid
it.
of him.
We'll take it. Laughter Saves Lives. You're on the air. Butch Seltzer, National Tour Manager. How are you, Butch? Oh, that's it. He had his chance. Butch, are you on the air?
Hello, boys.
Hello, Laughter Saves Lives. Live here, Mr. Butch. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, we're 17 minutes into the show. I think we've got 25 people watching. Could you maybe mention what we're doing tomorrow night?
Yes.
Butch,
Yes.
can you give us a chance? We have
We-
a format.
we have a
everything
format,
we
set.
have it right here, Butch.
We're
I
building.
know we got a ton of guests tonight. I don't want you to miss
We
it.
don't have a ton of guests. We have
Can
everything
we-
under control.
All right,
Everything's under
Butch, when you
control.
go on stage tomorrow, can you keep it under 5 minutes, please?
When,
I will keep it up to 3 minutes.
since Butch called in, can we throw up the flyer for tomorrow
We
night?
may as well now. We
Yeah,
throw off the
Gotham
whole-
Comedy
yeah.
Club. We'll talk about it for a second. So tomorrow night we got Amy Freeze and Scott Stanford coming down. We're doing a show, and this pertains to our first guest for 4 charities that are helping our guys with 9/11 related illnesses. We have American Cancer. We have a Ray Pfeiffer Foundation, FDNY Family Transport, and the last one is. It's on the flyer. I'm going blank. It's going to be a great night. We still have tickets available. If you send me a message tonight, I have some discounted and free tickets. If you're going to get a free ticket, I'm going to ask you to bring a few people. Make sure you buy a raffle. PC Richard donated a 39-inch TV.
No, 49-inch.
49-inch.
Well,
oh my
John's
God.
dyslexic. He didn't realize.
49-inch HD
They're all
4G TV.
Well, that's a problem because Steve Lever is picking it up tomorrow with his Pinto.
Tube TV.
It's a tube
Like
TV.
the ones that used to be like furniture.
So we're excited about the show. Is there
Got it
anything
on to John's father's
And
house.
we want to thank everybody for wanting to be on the show, but we already have plenty of comics, so there's no need to
Listen.
expect stage time
Listen.
unless you're on the fly.
Listen, everybody out there watching, if you have an opportunity, you're in Manhattan tomorrow night, you got to go to Gotham. It's a great show. Last year, Seinfeld showed up, George Wallace.
True story.
You never know who's going to be there.
That's right.
It's a great night. I wish I could be there. I got to do something, but it's a
We're gonna miss
terrific
you.
night, and it's worth it
And,
to go
and
out.
Pat's right. The thing with Gotham Comedy Club is big name comics, they'll call up the club that night and say, hey, you got a great crowd. Yeah, I want to work on some new material. So we don't know until sometimes last year the show started where he said, hey, Seinfeld's on the way down. So please, come on to the show. It's great charities. We're going to do a 50-50. And what's Laughter Saves Lives rule with a 50-50? Winner takes the
Takes
money.
it.
You
Takes
can't
the
give
money.
it back. Can't give it back. And we're going to raffle a TV. I think I'm going to pick something else up tomorrow.
Do you remember we delivered the TV to the winner?
Yes.
Before they got home from the city,
Yeah.
John and I drove the TV. We had to leave it with the neighbor.
Yep.
Because they hadn't. So Laughter
still
Saves
haven't got
Lives will bring the TV.
David's been enjoying it for the last year.
Your
What's the
TV
setup?
will beat you home in some
It's
cases.
been in Santo's basement for 3 years now. Butch, anything else you want to add about the show or anything else quickly? He's gone. All
All
right.
right,
gone.
Butch.
Okay,
See, now,
thanks,
now
Butch.
Ryan, we have to give Ryan credit back there because he's learning quickly to cut Butch off.
Yes.
Yes.
Ryan just said, you know what? That's enough of Butch. He cut
He
him right off.
learned that from Francesa.
Yes.
So what we're going to do next is,
What do we got now?
well, I think what we should do now is let's go to our Life Hack commercial,
go to
and then we'll bring
videotape.
out our first guest.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Life Hack.
Parents, please listen. This is a LifeVac. It's easy to use and can save a life in an airway emergency. LifeVac is proven to save lives, and it's as simple as place, push, pull. I've had one in my kitchen and one in my car for years, and you should have one in yours. Choking is a leading cause of death. 5,000 people a year die from choking, 1 child every 5 days, and it can happen in just 4 minutes. There's no time to wait. If you have children in your home, please consider your LifeVac today.
And we're back. Life Hack. There should be one in every house.
Every house should have one. I have one in my house. You have one in your house?
Yep,
Frank?
Arlen.
I
Yep.
do. It'll be the best purchase. Hopefully, you never have.
And
to
there's
use.
many fire departments and EMS around the country and schools who are now purchasing a Life Hack.
Now,
Listen, if it's like my house, it'll be the other thing my wife doesn't use, which is the vacuum, so that they'll be like brand new.
one of the people that was saved, and I think they're up to 20 saves now, was a kid that was in a car seat and I think had some kind of other issue. And the mother, by the time the mother would have taken him out of the seat to do the Heimlich or whatever, the kid would have died. In the seat, she was able to suck the thing right out with the Life Hack.
All right, let's
That's
introduce
important.
our guest, Ed Fulford. Am I pronouncing that right, Ed?
That's it. Yes, sir.
Ed was kind enough to fill in for the. I know I'm saying it wrong. It's not the FDNY Family Transport. What's the proper
That's
name?
it. The
Is that it?
FDNY Family Transport Foundation.
Foundation. Okay. Danny Prince. What's Danny's title over there? Is he the head honcho? Or?
He's not the president, but he runs the whole show.
Let me tell you something about this gem of a guy, this saint of a guy, and he belongs to so many different organizations. And what's his coin saying? What does he always say?
Hey, old Palawan.
Hey, old Palawan. So I called Danny the other day. He's coming to the show tomorrow night. Coming to the show, and I said, Danny, listen, you think you could send somebody down to talk about the transport? And he said, yeah, I'll get somebody. And he called poor Ed over here, who lives in Massapequa, so it's convenient enough. And Ed came down. So tell us a little bit about your background, Ed. You were a New York City fireman for how many years? Where did you work?
23 years in 175 truck in East New York.
East New York.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
And I have to say, Ed, that a lot of your friends did message in, and so far, I don't believe you haven't screwed up. So continue. Many of your friends said, he's going to screw up. But no, Ed's doing well. Ed's doing well.
I've been just about a lifelong resident of Massapequa. I've been in the volunteer fire department for 43 years. And,
Volunteer for 43 years
23
and paid for how many?
23.
When did you retire, or you get on the medical, or retired?
Yeah, I got hurt.
Okay, when was that?
Well, I got hurt in 2003, and I was put out in 2005.
Children?
Yeah, I have a daughter. Our son passed away a couple of years ago. in
Oh,
an
I'm sorry to
accident,
hear
but
that. I didn't know that, and I
it's
wouldn't have
all
brought
good.
it up. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Very
That's
sorry.
fine. No, it's good. It's good.
So you have a daughter. How old is she?
34.
34?
I have, 2 beautiful grandchildren.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, I'm glad you brought that. I know I'm going to divert.
Any
Love that
reason to
shirt.
get into
No,
the
no,
grandson.
because I have a grandson,
and he's adorable. He's adorable.
Adorable.
he's the best.
However-
In fact, he was, as we say, a dick about the car. I took the car to bring it up here, and he was wigging out. Yeah. But I was thinking about this today, and this, I'm going to ask you this question. And Frank has a young nephew.
Yes.
Who's you're almost like but the age difference. I don't want to say you're a grandpa. How old
No,
are you?
I'm
almost the same age as you.
I'm
How old are you?
52. He's 5. I could be
Okay,
his
so
grandfather.
he doesn't. And you know what I hate when people always say, "Oh, you can give him back." I hate that. I hate when people. It's so cliche and oh, you love your grandma, you can give him back. But I was thinking about it. It's not that I want to give him back, because what's so cool is we're older now, and we can appreciate them more. When we had kids, we know what the frig we were doing when we had our kids. You tripped through it, and oh yeah, you knew everything, right?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
No,
I'm
I
saying-
just-
We tripped through it. But with these young kids now, not only do you love them, but when you give them back, you like I go home and it's like 3 hours later, I'm like, I miss him already. You know?
After how many hours?
Right, but while his parents are listening to him cry and throw stuff,
right,
and
you
he's
know
so
what?
mad,
You know what?
You know,
That's
and you
because-
took his car and he wants his car back.
You'll get more likes from the videos with him than you do with the videos without him.
I agree.
Way
We're a
more.
good team. We're a good team.
Excellent team.
We're a good
Yes.
team.
That
But what
team
I'm
should
saying,
never
and
break up.
I wanted you to elaborate on this. Is that it's not that we love them more, but I think it's that when I would hit him all day, I'm exhausted.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, he can be. It's the only time I use a derogatory term. But you can see when he's about to become a dick. I call it right because it's a perfect description. And by the end of the day, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm not watching. It was exhausting.
Because he was about to become
Do you
a
agree with
dick.
that?
Yeah.
watch them
Honestly, oh yeah, they're with us many weekends
Mm-hmm.
because of my daughter and son-in-law's professions, and we treasure the moment. If we have plans, they get canceled because of the kids.
Where do they live?
Wantua, so they're nice
Oh,
and close.
Oh, not
Matter
far.
of fact, I went today. I was my daughter asked me if I'd go and read a book to his kindergarten classmates.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome.
I went to Wantor schools.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm from Wantor originally.
He's in nursery school.
You gotta get yourself in on everything.
He's like 2.5. He's in nursery
Oh, it's a
school.
nice tie-in.
And you know how sometimes they slap, and you teach him not to hit. Well, one of the first days of school, he hit the teacher. He hit the teacher, and we were mortified. His parents were mortified. So we have the whole talk: don't hit the teacher, don't hit the teacher, you can't hit the teacher, don't say no. So
That's what they say in Merrick, where Frank lives.
What, don't hit the
don't hit the teacher. So I told him don't hit the teacher.
See, I got you
So
too.
I said to my son yesterday, I said there was a sub in school.
A sub? A submarine?
The one teacher was
Oh, a
sick.
substitute.
Substitute teacher.
So he hit her.
So I said to my son, I told him it's okay to hit subs. Just that. My son's like, what? What?
And he's going to say my firefighter grandfather
I
said
know.
it's okay.
No, I went to the other day to pick him up and I looked at her.
So-
I pulled her aside. I go,
So what?
Yes.
What we should ask what the
No, you're right,
what,
you're
what
right.
they do, right?
Yeah, well, talk about how you got involved with FDNY Family Transport Foundation.
Well, the Fire Family Transport Foundation was started, I believe, in the 1990s by two members, a lot of 111. The idea behind it was to help guys that were in the hospital, line of duty injuries, transport their family back and forth to the hospital. So it started out with 1 or 2 vehicles, and
How many do you have now?
there are actually 38.
Wow.
Yeah, but
And is it enough?
there are times it gets a little difficult.
Because I know Aliva, Steve,
Yeah.
something. Well, I'm pointing over here. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Steve, he's right here. Steve's under there.
He's in the.
He does the counseling unit. I think assist help you guys sometimes, whatever. But he drives some people to doctors and stuff.
Yes.
But now,
With his own car.
Yeah, I've done that as
Yeah.
well.
Family transport. Now, is that like the police department has one where it's medical, where they have the ambulance where they transport people to and from facilities. Is that part of what you guys do?
Right. Well, what
Fire
they'll do
department?
is it depends on the situation. There were 30 vehicles that were donated to the city, so they maintain them, they insure them. And,
Who maintains it?
the city.
Oh, they actually. I
And
didn't know
then
that.
and then there's only 8 that belong to the foundation. And it's pretty expensive. It's insurance for 8 vehicles, $60,000 a year. The Easy Pass tolls are usually $2,500.
Gas.
Plus add maintenance to it,
Right.
and you're looking at $200,000 a year.
Well,
Just
we're happy to do a small part.
Yes.
Laughter Saves Lives has made some donations to the family transport in the past. And tomorrow, is it the car? And tomorrow, no matter what we make, we're gonna make a donation to all 4 charities. So we're excited about it.
And all the drivers are volunteer, right? Pretty
Yes.
much?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
More like
yeah.
duty.
That's
Right. Oh no, not even.
No more light duty?
A lot of retirees do the driving for retired members. The concept behind that is when you have a retiree driving a retiree, maybe they know one another.
Right,
and,
right.
It can kind of put that guy and his family at ease for
Sure.
an hour
Yeah,
or
yeah.
two for the commute.
But that's a lot of expense, considering that that's just for the vehicles, the insurance, the gas, and the tolls, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
money.
And
I mean,
where-
if you had to pay drivers, it'd be even more.
How far can these vehicles go?
The vehicle that I have tonight is being picked up tomorrow morning, going to Goshen.
Yeah, a lot of firemen live up
transport-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to transport a sick member back and forth to Mount Sinai, I believe. And
Wow.
it's just it's
It's amazing.
Now
they're out
that
there.
Mount Sinai just opened, I think in Uniondale. Now there's a facility there. I believe.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
it just opened this week.
Yeah.
It's in that hub area, whatever it is.
I told you the story on the phone yesterday. The way that I initially became involved with the transport was my mom, for whatever reason, my mom was going back, when she first got colon cancer, she was going back and forth to Sloan. And my dad was taking her, or I was taking her. I don't know why. I was working one day where she had to go. And I don't know what, my dad was sick. I don't remember. But she needed to get to Sloan. And somebody said, why don't you call the family transport? I go, well, I don't have to go. They go, no. And my mother for years raved about, I'm going to cry here, raved about how they treated her like one of their, like they were her son. And I couldn't thank those guys enough. I called them and I said, you did an unbelievable job, my mom. She's just raving. And it was at her worst time. It was when she was originally diagnosed and going through the whole beginning stages. And that's when I said, I love these guys. And I'm a little guilty that I have not done any of the driving. I have put my name in for years and just with family and everything else, but it's no excuse.
How can people donate if they want to donate to it?
You can go online to the FDNY Fire Family Transport Foundation and send a donation in.
All right, so a little bit more going back to your background. So you I don't know if you want to talk about why you retired or the illness. Was it 9/11 related?
No, just injuries.
All right.
Just injuries. But what happened was I was retired for a while, and I went to a funeral of a guy I used to work with in 175. He died of 9/11 related cancer. And I saw Danny Prince, old pal of mine, was involved in it. And there isn't a better person to be involved with.
He's bigger than life, right?
Yes, yeah, his name should be King, not
Yes.
Danny Prince.
Yes.
He's one of a kind. God broke the mold when he made Danny Prince. He
Always
did.
a smile.
Yes.
Did any of you guys film when we were at the Massapequa Fire Department? We filmed.
I
You were
filmed
there.
there, yeah.
You met Danny. Remember he brought
I
the
was there
vehicle?
too.
Were you there
Yes,
at
yes,
Massapequa?
yes.
I think so.
Yes.
He had the sword he showed us or something.
Yeah. I remember now.
Yeah, I was
yes.
that guy?
That's the same guy.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Larger than life.
What
Yeah.
a gentleman. What a
Yeah.
gentleman.
That was a few years ago, I think we did
Yeah.
that, right? Yeah.
Do you have my son's number on there? Do you still have my son's number? Just text message him, ask him if he's calling in.
We may be trying to put the baby to bed.
Maybe, or maybe
the baby's
looking,
being
the baby's looking for
a
the
dick.
car.
For his
They-
car.
Maybe
You
the
want to call
baby's.
in?
We got the
No,
baby's code.
because
Isn't that
look,
adorable?
You know what I did the other? I don't want to.
Is this from Cars? The show Cars?
You know what I did the other day? He's anal about the cars. He lines them up in a row. Right? He got up from his nap, and I put him in 2 circles with corks on top of him. He flipped out. I left, but he flipped out. I was gone already.
Are these all his too? We took everything
No,
from his house.
no. These 2 I bought for the show. But we're gonna buy bigger ones. We're trying to dress up. We're gonna buy ones this size. We're trying to dress up the set with police, fire, EMS stuff. We want to have Joe's Beth back on. She was a nurse, left to
Yep.
save lives. She was a really
Maybe
good.
there's a modeling company that will donate to.
A model,
There you
Laugh to
go.
Save
a model
Lives.
company,
There
not a
you go.
modeling company.
What did I say? Maybe there's some supermodel that would like to be on the show.
They can't hear me.
So now you are keeping a car at your house.
Yeah, so actually I'm parking at the firehouse in Massapequa in East Shore Drive and Merrick Road.
It's amazing how the volleys. They even with the funerals after 9/11 or whatever, we couldn't have did it probably without them.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
You know, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
And a lot of times, some of the firemen, like my friend Lee, he was a volunteer at Wanto. He was a city firefighter. So there's always like that link between the city and the.
Well, how many?
Massapequa
city
Massapequa is
firefighters?
38.
What's
Massapequa
that?
lot.
has 38 retired and active members of the FBI, of the FDNY.
Wow. How many? How big is the department?
250.
Couple hundred? Yeah.
250.
That's a lot.
When
Yeah.
are you on the call?
Oh, not illegal now.
I mean, how many people? You know, that's.
He does take care of you.
You know, for city firemen to be in firefighters all day long, all week long, and then volunteer to do the same exact job.
Well, it's not the same exact job. You have
I
to,
said the fire's not any cooler. 'Cause you're-
Yeah.
I didn't say fire. I didn't say go to the house.
But it's still it's the
Here's
same
what's-
kind of work.
No, but here's what's great about it. You meet great people. This guy was a volley. He met a ton of people that he's still friends with, even though he doesn't volunteer there anymore. You meet good people.
Yep.
You know what I find when I coach soccer, when I coach baseball, half the coaches are firemen and cops.
Right.
Yes.
It's like your dedication and you're
Yeah.
willing to give back doesn't end with the job.
No.
The volunteer fire department wouldn't exist without the shift workers.
Never.
Cops,
no
firemen,
way.
EMS,
Exactly.
and other people.
Yeah,
Especially during the day.
You know,
Especially during the day.
You know, so that's and I'll be honest with you, I got my start in my career as from the fire department. Because I went from fire department to EMS, and from EMS to the police department.
You were EMS with New York City, right?
I was New York City EMS.
I think that's to me personally, the city jobs. Other than
Best job I ever had.
so you liked it.
I loved it.
I think it's
Best
the
job
toughest
I ever
job because you're by yourself. There's only 2 of you. But I think what's worse
There
than
was
that
only
is-
2
is
of us
the-
in the police car.
You have guns. You have, you know.
No, but it's
EMS,
true.
you're
Yeah,
running
when
into a
you're,
You
project.
shoot each other.
when I was in EMT in the volleys, you're right. You go out with a lot more people. Like the trucks are loaded.
Yeah.
with
No,
people.
yes, we would go up into the projects by ourselves. We never knew we were.
No, I give you a lot of credit. Where did it just say Aurora, Illinois? Is that Illinois? They just
Yeah,
gave the fire
Aurora.
department bulletproof vests.
Why?
That's
Oh,
a-
Chicago. It's very bad
That's
there.
another question. That's
Very
another
bad
question.
Well,
Chicago.
I mean, if you think of it from a terrorist aspect of it, they're going to just start shooting at all the first responders anyway.
Right.
If it's gonna
That's
be a
true
mass
too.
shooting.
Yeah.
Let's not get into all that stuff. I want to hear more about how you got involved with the family.
Yeah. Better things.
I just I started. I got in touch with Danny. We spoke, and I started helping out. Driving and.
So was Danny the
needed.
founder of was he?
No. There was the one guy, I can't remember his name, but the one guy I know was Pat Concannon from 111. He was a lieutenant there, and he started it. And
When did he start? You know how long it's been around?
it was in the 1990s, early 90s.
Wow.
Yeah, and currently you're saying that that we don't have enough. There are currently 2,000 former and active members of the FDNY who have cancer right now.
Wow.
2,000.
And we've lost nearly 200 to cancer.
How many firefighters are in the department total?
No, well, there'd be any given time. There's 10,000 members.
10,000 members.
11,000.
That's 20% of the membership.
Well, that's guys who retired.
That's over the years. Right now, most of the guys on the job who aren't on the job during
Oh,
9/11.
I see.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing to me. I'll go back to my house. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, only a couple of guys left that I know.
Yeah.
But they're still great. They're still great.
He didn't have a number.
The volunteer service. What was the highest rank, or were you ever the captain, the chief?
Yeah, I was a captain. That was enough.
So that's where I stopped, Captain.
Our call-in guest also was saying he's trying to call in and he's not getting through.
I stopped at firefighter.
The guy from.
I know. Man.
It's not bad.
I was a delegate,
Just
but I never
do me a
did
favor,
anything with
text
the
him the
office.
phone number. Here's his
I didn't
number,
have
Pat.
time. I worked in Manhattan. I couldn't.
Pat, just text him the phone number. There's his number on top.
It's a lot.
Make sure
People
you
don't
have the
realize
right
how
number.
much volunteer there is. I mean,
You know what I mean?
I was an EMT and a firefighter. That's a lot of training for both.
And the training's even.
And it's probably a lot
laws
more now.
the law-
Yeah.
That's
the
what happened.
laws.
After I retired, I went back to the fire department to see if I
Okay.
could, and everything has changed.
Tell
And
try
it just
again.
became too much, and I was like, I thought I would have them time, but it just was too much.
What's the percentage of? Well, you were volunteer. What was the percentage of calls that you had? It's a percentage, right?
Well,
The
each
volunteer-
department is different. North America was
no one's
25%.
Yeah, we were
that's
20%,
But then they have I know
3,000 calls
Some
a year.
departments have, if you have 15 years in, then they scale it back, and then
Right,
yes.
after 20 years you become a life member. You don't have to,
Right.
Then you're a
so-
2%er. But it's 20% of like 1,500 calls. It's a lot of calls. It's 300. It's like one every day.
Do you get any kind of benefits like retirement with a?
Actually, that started a couple of years back.
LoSAC,
pension,
right?
I
Maybe
mean-
about 20 years ago, there was a pension system that came in. So for every year that you're in and you make your calls, you get $20 a month. So in my case, it's $560 a month.
We got
So it's a nice little.
Okay.
Jim Dolan.
All right. So let's do this. Let's thank Ed.
Oh, thank
You
you.
want
Thanks.
to
Ed,
say,
just
say
give
the
us
website one more time?
Yeah, Ed.
Yes, that's
Ed,
the FDNY Fire Family Transport Foundation.
Ed, thanks for coming down.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank
We
you. I was
really
honored.
appreciate
Very
it.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, hang
Very
out a
nice
little
to
while.
meet you. Thank you for coming.
Very well,
Hang
thank
on a
you.
while. Pat takes everybody out to the diner afterwards. So.
Yeah, he pays
Yeah, he
too.
really likes
I'm
you.
gonna
He really
stay.
likes you,
I'm really
so.
enjoying this.
Pat Gagliardi, not Pat Morone.
We have our captain from you say because I screwed up.
Monmouth County EMS.
Monmouth County, Jimmy Dolan's on the phone. Hello, Jimmy.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Oh, thanks for taking the time to call in. It sounds like you're a busy man this week.
Of course, I am. We're coming up to the end of the year, fiscal year for us. End of the month. So,
We'll talk a little bit about maybe.
glad I was able to get on.
Okay, tell us how you got involved with the EMS. Your story is really, really interesting.
Sure. So I had a sudden cardiac arrest when I was 15 years old. My driveway shoveling snow, and after that, I went down to Children's Hospital Philadelphia, where I got a implanted pacemaker defibrillator. And then I saw giving back and getting involved with the EMS as, sort of a golden opportunity to give back.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to be able to start riding with the same that, gave me a second chance at life. So it was kind of a perfect opportunity to get involved, and the door opened, and, I got my first responder, became an instructor for the American Heart Association, and then got my EMT. So.
And how old are you now?
24.
24, amazing. What was I going to say?
So that's awesome that he became an EMT and he got involved with the Heart
At
Association.
24 years old, you had to hear this kid speak. I'm sorry, I call you a kid because I'm 60. My son is 33.
Everybody's a kid to him.
Right.
Yeah. I was going to say.
And you were
so,
making fun of him at the show, I heard.
I was making. I made fun of him at the show. Yeah. And you had a lot of glasses of water up there. What was that all about? You had about 8 glasses of water to do a 5-minute speech.
Oh, I know. I had a lot of support. The second I asked for 1 sip of water, it was great. About 5 people brought me
Is that what happened?
Oh,
I wasn't paying attention to you, so I didn't see that.
the speech was great.
Which worked out because you didn't
it
pay
was pretty
attention to
funny.
your set either.
Thank you.
Now you became captain. Is that something you have to run for, or you just, how does that work?
Yeah, so we have an election every year, and basically the president of the squad puts together a committee. That committee goes back and they report back to the squad with who they think is eligible and should be the next line officers, and that includes the captain, our 2 lieutenants, and then the other positions inside of the organization, including all of the other administration roles. So the president, vice president, our trustees, and then we have an election, and then we're also able to on the floor as well. So it's kind of, we vote and then we go from there.
Did you step up for that first, or did they nominate you, or did you say, I want to do this, and then they do the vote?
Well, I was nominated as the training officer a few years ago, and I took that on. And then after doing that, I was nominated as second lieutenant. And then after that, I just continued to kind of keep walking up the ladder. So,
see, what I'm curious about, if there was an election, who would go up against you? Here you are, somebody who has you had a heart attack at 15, a pacemaker. You go, I want to know the guy that ran against you. He must have got,
Maybe nobody ran against him.
yeah.
I hope not.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
Good, I hope not.
Nobody did.
The fire department's whose
Usually
turn
the-
is it to
right.
be the lieutenant?
Usually
Right,
the,
right.
It's
the
an
line
unopposed,
officers,
yeah.
usually the line officers,
Just like you at President only have to
Right.
save lives. They felt bad for you.
So,
It's like the mafia. There's a vote, but it's really not a vote. You're
Right.
unopposed.
Right.
But Jimmy, you know what I wanted to ask is, you don't normally hear 15-year-olds having a sudden cardiac arrest like that. What caused that for you?
So I'm not diagnosed, but there are, a variety of different genetic conditions that most young athletes who do suffer from sudden cardiac arrest or even sudden cardiac death end up having. I've been through all the genetic testing as well as my family. I've been through, some of the most common heart defects that you can be born with or pick up over time.
Right.
Right now, I do not have a diagnosis, so I'm still going through some, anytime a new test comes out or there's a research study or anything, I usually take part in that. So we're still working on the answer.
All right, well, good, because I had a heart attack myself, so I know I didn't code, fortunately, but I know the deal. Actually, mine was caused from having dinner with Pat.
Pat's meatballs will kill you.
They weren't mine.
No, we
Yeah.
actually
They were
went to the
Anthony's Cold Fire.
Cold Fire Pizza.
Oh,
The
that's
then
true,
we had
right?
the Cold Fire Pizza the next morning. I thought I was
jeez.
I thought I was indigestion. And I waited 4 days, and then I went to the hospital. So
Tell us a little bit about your volunteer department. How many people do they serve? How many calls a year? That kind of thing.
The Mammoth County EMS.
I'm not pronouncing it anymore. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so it's a small town. It's only about
Sounds so cool.
1.5 square miles right on the coast in Monmouth County, New Jersey. There's about 3,000 full-time residents. That number sometimes grows in the spring and summer. A lot of folks, as you guys saw, have used their homes as beach houses and things like that, and
Yeah, it's a
vacation
beautiful
homes.
neighborhood.
Last year we ran 300, just a little over 300 calls.
What does the population
and we're-
rise to? You said it was 3,000 full time. What does it go up to when the trash comes in?
The what?
The trash.
We don't have any hotels, so it probably gets maybe just about the 3,500 with our residents in the
You
summertime.
got a lot of New York trash that comes down there, I would
You
imagine.
just said he doesn't have any hotels.
It's
That's even worse.
100% BLS volunteer, so we do basic life support. We're supported by the ALS medics, Monarch, throughout Monmouth County. And then, like I said, we ran about just over 300 calls last year. We have about, safe to say, about 40 members, about 15 to 20 of those who are active. So
Well, Jimmy, thanks for calling in. We want to try to weasel our way.
Yeah, we're staying with somebody down there.
We
Yeah,
want to try to
that
weasel-
neighborhood is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Just
we
saying.
want
Gorgeous.
We want to try to weasel our way into a show during the summer. See if you can figure something out. Now, maybe not for the EMS, for one of the beach clubs, something.
We're gonna get a backyard barbecue party put together. I already started this conversation over the
pig
weekend.
roast.
Perfect.
So we're gonna
Pig
be in
roast.
touch.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, so thanks for calling
Thank
in.
you.
Jimmy, be
Thank
well,
you for
buddy.
taking the time, buddy, and be well.
I hit
for
the
calling.
car.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Be
So
well.
your grandson noticed the car on the desk. Your son
do you know
wrote
that?
it.
Maybe
Your
your
son just wrote it
Because
in.
I'm doing social media.
See?
Son,
I
if you're
hid-
watching,
I hid
call
it.
in, son.
I was going to say, show him the car on the TV.
Oh,
No,
you want me to
I
show?
saw it. He just put it in his
I just put it in his pocket. I thought it was upsetting him.
Now he's seen it again.
Now we see. That's why I hit it.
Terrible, Grandpa.
Can I do my Concord
You
segment?
can do your Concourse segment. I just want to do our Olivia
A segment or segment?
Segment.
Our Olivia saves lives.
Olivia saves
My
lives.
daughter Olivia,
What'd
as
she
you know,
do?
she's an environmental major
Okay.
at Binghamton University,
Uh-huh.
and she's really into saving the planet. So
Okay.
every week she's yelling at me different
It's the only
things.
planet we have.
So I said, Livy, why don't you give me a little hint to give our viewers? And this week, Livy says, buy your reusable cups and straws. Buy your own straw, buy your reusable cups. You go to Starbucks, you get it
Yes.
refilled, reduce the plastic,
And
that's
recycle
what
these.
Olivia saves lives.
Awesome.
You want to
She
do a little
saves the
segment
environment.
tonight, our pilot friend. Always interesting about airplanes.
Yeah,
Talk
some of
about the Boeing crash.
I don't know about
No, we
interesting,
did that
but he always
last
does
week.
a segment.
I'm sorry.
yeah.
And I don't have any new information, but we're going to talk about the
Before
gas.
you start your
Wait,
segment,
guzzling
before you
Concord.
start your segment, could you just repeat what you said
John,
about
son.
every week?
All right, we'll get to him after the
I said
segment.
Let's take him first,
Okay.
and we'll cut him off quick.
Yeah, because your
Okay.
segments are not really that
Yeah,
exciting.
our Laughter Saves Lives live.
But we always start and then we
John
stop.
Vincent LaRocchia,
Trying
you're
to
on
get the
you're on
show to
live.
flow better.
John
Hello?
Vincent LaRocchia.
Don't be nervous. You could just talk in a plain voice.
Now, before you start, son, understand, gentlemen, that co-producing the show moving forward, my son is going to help us out and co-produce. Patty's going to do the
Oh,
producing.
thank God.
But we had a meeting,
He's
and
a
John,
professional.
Yeah, John came up with some good ideas about the show. Would you like to share them?
Sure, but before I do anything, I have a message from somebody that I'm sitting with.
Oh, no.
If you don't mind?
Yep, sure.
He's going to be mad.
Let's say slugs.
All right, I'll bring it home.
Should I put it back on the desk?
Oh,
We'll give it back. Don't worry.
all right.
We'll give it
I'll
back.
get it
Somebody
tomorrow.
noticed his trucks.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sharing.
Thanks for sharing, yeah.
So I'm going to help out a little bit.
Thank you.
I think first thing I'm going to do is probably suggest that you have a beverage that doesn't cover your entire face on the TV screen.
Good. Well, whose face
So
are
that
we
was-
covering is the question.
Yours.
I'll then probably I'm going to have some suggestions like
Yes.
maybe like an all-female show.
What a
would be
great
good.
idea!
Get
An
all of
all-female
you
show.
morons off.
Yeah, that's a
be
great
good.
idea.
Great idea.
What else?
Yeah, I mean, because you all kind of look like the different stages of the same Italian man.
Yes.
Well, as Peter Bales called us, when people, middle-aged men that don't
I feel
know
like
nothing.
it'd be good to kind of change it up a little bit, you know.
All right, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point. What else you got?
And then I'll probably gonna. I thought it might be fun to do one episode with just non-comedians. So Frank could definitely stay on the show.
Oh, good.
Very
good.
nice. Very nice.
Oh.
I need as much
Insulting,
airtime as I can.
insulting our host. Good.
What else you got?
No, I mean, I got lots of good ideas, and I'm excited to
Well,
work.
no,
with
you
guys.
have
Obviously,
ideas.
I work with
Right.
a bunch of you guys
Right.
already.
We'll
on-
decide if they're
So
good.
why don't we,
We'll decide if they're
save
good.
them to surprise the audience? Why don't we have a meeting on the side? But getting up to better things, how are your videos coming along? I'm dying to see these videos.
Because you're in them.
Yeah, we're making really good progress. We should have the duck cleaning commercial ready to view. I would assume in the next week or so. So that'll be great. All of you guys were part of that, so it's going to be really exciting to watch.
You got 30 seconds.
I'm actually what? Oh,
30
sorry.
seconds.
Yeah, I'm actually recording the voiceover for that tomorrow, and then my stuff. We'll talk more about it at a later date in more detail. But yeah, everything's coming along. We should at least have a promo for my stuff. Hopefully soon.
What's the name of your-
How they looking, though? Did you look at any of the takes?
Oh, it looks awesome.
Oh,
Everything
cool.
looks really, really, really good.
What's the name of your company?
So-
What's the name of your company?
Actual horse comedy. Actual horse comedy.
Actual horse
will be
comedy
premiering-
starring-
The website will be premiering soon.
Starring the Laughter Saves Lives players. All right. We
Thank
gotta
you.
go. We gotta go. Let him go. So you
Yep.
can do your segment.
Let him go.
Thank you for calling in, son.
All right.
And I'll bring the car home.
Let him
Later,
go.
guys.
Let him.
Have a great night.
All right.
Hey,
Thank
see you
you.
later.
John.
You want to do your segment? You're
Yes.
asking
So
them questions.
no, I wasn't. I was just going to say goodbye.
Oh, all right.
So the Concorde, which first flew in March of '69, 50th anniversary, big anniversary for Concorde. Concorde retired about 10 years ago, but that was the first time that aviation actually got slower. For the 100 years that aviation was around before that, it was always higher, farther, faster.
Was there more people that fit on it, or it just flew further?
No, the Concorde flew. No, I'm
Can you
just
check
saying
to
in
see
general.
if Pat has a pulse?
In general, let him sleep. In general, I'm used to it because that's what it looks like when he does his shows. So the audience. So
Oh, we gotta do the fly.
yeah, I will do the flyer. So the Concorde flew 100 people, Mach 2. So a regular airplane flies 0.85 times the speed
We're
of
talking
sound.
like 130 miles an hour.
No, you're talking twice the speed of sound.
200 miles an
So
hour.
it got you to Europe in half the time as a regular airplane.
I've never been to Europe.
But it was very
3.5
expensive.
hours across.
Wow.
Right, but to some people, that the time is more important than the money.
Yes.
And that's why it did so well, because business people, celebrities, Phil Collins was able to do 2 concerts in one day, one in London and one in Philadelphia, because he flew across the Atlantic.
Was that like a publicity thing?
Yes, it was
The
for
Concorde?
Live Aid, so it helped Live Aid. In 1985, he Concorded back to Philadelphia. So only 14 aircraft were built. 7 were in service with British Airways, 6 with Air France, and they flew. But it wasn't just the Concorde speed, and it wasn't just going New York to London, Washington to Paris, whatever. You could also connect to anywhere within Europe, Asia, whatever, because you were flying so fast
Right.
to get to the other continent, and then you could connect within the
It
continent.
flew out of JFK. Where else in the
It flew out
United
of
States?
JFK, it flew out of Dulles, it flew out of Barbados, it flew out of
No, I mean
Heathrow.
the United States. In the United States.
Oh, in the United States, primarily Miami, Dulles in Virginia, and JFK in New York. They wanted to fly them out of LA, but they couldn't go across the country supersonic because of the sonic boom effect. Aircraft
Wait a second.
makes a
When-
large boom
When did it make the boom? Because it flew out of Kennedy. Did it make the boom?
over the water.
Oh, it didn't make any boom here?
No, no, it made it mostly over the water, but it was allowed. Those are.
But you
Was
would
that
hear
like-
it. I remember as a kid you would hear it.
The sound was
Yeah.
because it was 4 Rolls-Royce Pegasus military-grade afterburning engines.
Wow.
So they weren't turbofan, they were turbojet. They were really powerful engines, and that is what propelled Concorde to such speeds. Now they just announced this last week. The Aerospace Industries Association announced a research program to build the next generation of supersonic aircraft. Hopefully hypersonic Mach 5. Imagine
Mach 5.
Mach
That's 350 miles an
Mach
hour.
5.
Mach 5.
That's not a
Speed
razor.
racer.
Was it?
So imagine being able to get to
30 seconds. Let's get our
Japan.
flies in.
So Europe in under 2, Japan in a couple hours.
Wow.
Jim DeLucas going back to Australia would take a few hours.
Yeah.
Not an all-day trip. But they have to make it economical where they can fit a couple of hundred
How long would
passengers.
How long would it take to get to Boston?
You wouldn't use it on a flight back.
I would like to use it. How long would it take?
It wouldn't make
By the
sense.
time I got up to speed,
Can you believe this?
You'd be
If
coming
I was
down.
going to Boston,
He
let's
tells
think.
time in military time.
All
Yes,
right,
I
let's
do.
go to our flies. Very good segment. Very
Thank you.
interesting. Friday, we're talking
John,
about
somebody wants to know about your Met hat there.
we're talking about our big show
Oh.
on Wednesday. Let's not
says she
neglect
loves
our
that.
friends at Rescue Families Inc.
Sold out show. I
She is
spoke to
doing
Gina
an
the other day.
Awesome job.
Sold
Gina.
out.
I wish we had her on Laughter Saves Lives.
Just try to be
She's
good
on the softball
Well,
team.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, she's out there pushing this thing. Rescue Families Inc. Let's say this: if you want to pay, let's say $250 for a
Gotta
ticket
be
because
better
she
than
sold
Patty
out,
G.
I'll find a way to get you in there. Is that a fair deal? If you want to pay $250 for a ticket, because we're sold out, but I'm sure Gina would be some way we'll get you in. So come on, Rescue Families Inc. We're very excited to be with them. We're going to.
Oh yeah, the March 30th.
Oh, this is the one that Pat's running first while we're away in Ohio.
Yep.
Green Lawn.
Green Lawn, yeah.
Green Lawn, yeah.
Matt'll be there, our MCN. And what a show.
Day after my birthday.
What a
too.
show. Jim
Day after
DeLucas,
my
Allegra Barnett, Joe Pontillo.
Pontilla.
Pontilla, yeah. How can you
MC'd
mess
by
that
our
name up?
favorite, Patty Marone. And then what else we got there? April 13th, we're in Florida. We're doing a few shows in Florida. We'll talk more about
And we
those
got another
next
one
week.
April 12th in Florida. The
We'll talk
flyers
more
out,
about
yeah.
those next week because we got to get out of here. Thanks to Ed for coming down.
Let me just answer this woman's
No,
question.
we gotta go. We gotta go. Thanks for we can answer
it on Facebook.
Thanks for Ed for coming
I'll
down.
answer you on Facebook.
Thank you for Jimmy for calling in. We're going over to the Mass Peak with Dinah. Good night, everybody.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stems. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Was chasing the beer that circle the lips. Play ball, play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.
Play ball.
Play ball. Take off the caps. Time for the song.